Well, it's been a surprisingly busy week here on the tiny farm. Let's have a talk about what's happened. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. Okay, so starting with the quails. There's the babies. The babies are now in the big house. So that's good. All the birds that were on that middle shelf have been combined with this top shelf here. And most of the males have been culled and vacuum sealed. I have to say the birds are incredibly happy now. They're quiet. So much better. I really should have culled those males a long time ago. Oh well, live and learn, Andy, live and learn. Just remember the lesson. And down the bottom, I've still got a couple of good looking males and one old female down there. I'll put a picture of the results of the cull, not the cull itself obviously, for you to have a look at. These are all tomatoes. So they're a variety called Gross Liss. And those two are tromboncinos, the rest tomatoes. They're coming up, so I'm happy about that. We'll distribute them around the yard. I think I've said before, autumn is our really good growing time. So I do try to get as many tomatoes in and producing as I can in autumn and spring. Plants there, and up here are cabbages. Behind them we've snuck in a whole bunch of snow peas around the place. There's quite a few of them. They're coming up, so I'm happy about that. Doing very well with chilies at the moment. They're obviously little tiny ones down there, but we've got a couple in pots as well. In fact, I'll show you, there's one here has been producing rather well. It's a good time to show you that because you see behind lots of little tomatoes, little cherries coming on that plant. So it looks like tomato season has begun here at the manor. Everything else is doing pretty well. Turmeric there, that's the thing that's dying off. That's supposed to die off now, so I'm not worried about that. Got gooseberries coming on that gooseberry there, which is great. New plant, I haven't tried this before. It's called sambal. So Sid, if you get to see this, thanks very much for that. I really appreciate it. It's taken pretty nicely, as you can see. I got that big yam from Doug. It's doing nicely. I've got sweet potatoes coming in buckets. Normal potato coming out of that bucket. That looks like another normal potato up the top there. Oh, I found out the other day, apparently you can eat the leaves of pomegranates. So that's an interesting little fact. I'll try it in a stew or a curry sometime and let you know. One that's dying back there, that's the tromboncino. I'll try and remember to include a picture of... I had one that I missed that resulted in a huge big one. And when they're sort of big and ripe like that, they taste like a pumpkin. So I actually used that in a Thai curry, a Thai beef and pumpkin curry, which was really nice. It's that tromboncino I was talking about. You can see I only used half of it. It was a big hula. And that's that curry I made. It's a coconut curry. Like I say, Thai style. We do a lot of Thai food over here. So good to be able to pull meals, you know, even if only half of it comes from the patch. I'm always happy with that. I'd be willing to bet that virtually every household on the planet stuck in COVID lockdown, so we've all started baking. Fix the light up a little bit for you. I bought that stand mixer. I got it online. It was about $200, which relatively for us is fairly cheap. They normally cost about $500. Came with a dough hook and stuff. Now it's actually also, although I didn't get it, they assure me they're sending it. There's a blender goes on the back and a mincer goes on the front. So when they turn up, I'm very, very happy with this little purchase. And you can see inside there, I've used the dough hook over there. And that's going to be a naan bread, but I've also got an abundance of pesto. So I'm going to do a pesto stuffed naan bread. Now behind it over there is a sourdough starter that I started probably 5 days ago. So you can see, I'll include a few photos of our bread making projects. Turns out Rosie is a rather expert bread maker. So between us we've come up with quite a few different things. So I'll put pictures of those up just to show you. Rosie, these little stuffed scrolls you made?
Cheese and spinach and pumpkin and cheese.
Ooh, nice. Anyone who's made sourdough will know the trouble with it is you're tipping a lot of that starter out because you feed it with 1/3 of a cup of flour and 1/2 cup of filtered water every day. But I saw a hack on the Brisbane local food website, which was that's oil just sitting in a little tiny pan. So I tipped a cup of that into a bowl, chopped up some onions and coated them, and then deep fried them. So listen to this. It's magnificent. What a great use for leftover sourdough starter. So there's the new little chicken. She's a platinum Sussex. Which is interesting because you've got her looks silver and then you've got Buffy beside her, the Buff Orpington. She looks gold. The two littlies are fairly interested in each other. I think they're having a little peck, look at them. I think Buffy remembers the dark coloured spangled Sussex Megan that we had. Now I did ask the lady at the shop when I picked up, she gave me this platinum for nothing as a replacement bird. I did ask her and she said, look, eventually, a day later, we lost little Megan. She said, pretty much the same as I was saying on the last video, some birds just don't thrive. And the old farmer's saying is if you've got livestock, then you're going to have dead stock. I guess that's part of getting across what you've got to, come to grips with if you live this sort of lifestyle. There's a tough lesson for you. Big Bertha, on the other hand, she doesn't much care. Though what is interesting is that pineapple's ripening. Now I'll put my fist in there. Boy, is it little. And I suspect the reason being, must have been a year ago, Rosie pulled it out of the ground and shoved it in this pot. She made no effort to put dirt and stuff in. She was just getting it out of the way. And I actually sort of watered it for a joke just to see if it'd keep going. Well, bloody hell, it has. So the fruit's a bit lousy. I'll cut the top out of that and I'll plant that in another proper garden, somewhere where it's not going to bother Rosie. And I predict next time we'll actually get ourselves a good pineapple. Alright, well if you like these self-sufficient lifestyle type of videos, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you hit the little bell icon, that way you'll find out when new clips go up. Stay safe. We actually had 0 new cases in our state yesterday, which was very exciting. I haven't checked today on the COVID stats. Yeah, so stay safe, be good, have fun. Hooroo.